Welcome gamers, my name is Ollie. This is the Beanstalk gaming channel and this is our top 10 zombie games of all time. Let's go! Number 10. DayZ. Originally a mod for the military simulation game Arma 2, DayZ has since become a standalone title developed and published by Bohemia Interactive. In this game, the zombies are just one piece of the puzzle. The real threat? Other players. You start off with minimal equipment, often just a flashlight and some basic clothes. From there, you have to scavenge for supplies, food, and weapons while navigating a landscape spanning cities, forests, and military installations. Zombies in DayZ are more of an environmental hazard than the central focus. They're fast, dangerous in numbers, and attracted to noise, but they're also manageable if you're careful. DayZ offers no objectives, quests, or storyline. Your only goal is to survive as long as possible, making your own objectives as you go. DayZ is a brutal, unforgiving survival game that offers a unique multiplayer experience. If you're looking for a zombie game that tests not just your combat skills, but also your ability to strategize, negotiate, and adapt, then it's worth the challenge. Number 9. Dead Rising. Developed by Capcom and released in 2006, this game drops you into the fictional Willamette Parkview Mall, teeming with zombies after a mysterious outbreak. You play as Frank West, a photojournalist willing to risk life and limb for the scoop of a lifetime. Your objective? To survive and unravel the mystery behind the outbreak, all while capturing the mayhem on camera. Dead Rising stands out for its tongue-in-cheek approach to the zombie apocalypse. The game has its share of tense moments, but it also revels in absurdity. You're not limited to traditional weapons like guns and knives. Almost anything can be used to fend off the undead. Baseball bats, lawnmowers, frying pans, you name it, you can probably use it to decimate zombies. The game operates on a 72-hour in-game time limit, ticking down whether you're ready or not. This adds a layer of urgency to your actions. The game was one of the first to introduce multiple endings, depending on your choices and actions in-game. Dead Rising is for those looking for a zombie game that doesn't take itself too seriously and offers a blend of action, exploration, and dark humor.
Day 1. The day I came here was the worst day of my life. I'll admit it, it was a big mistake.
Number 8. World War Z. Inspired by the 2013 movie of the same name, World War Z takes the concept of a global zombie apocalypse and dials it up to 11. World War Z is a third-person shooter that can be played solo or with up to 3 other players. A first in this game are its zombie swarms. Powered by the swarm engine, these hordes move like a tidal wave of flesh and bone, able to climb atop one another to reach elevated positions or bypass obstacles. The game features multiple campaigns set in different parts of the world, from New York and Moscow to Jerusalem. Each campaign has its own set of characters and story missions, making for diverse gameplay experiences. While the narratives are relatively straightforward, they serve as an effective backdrop for the intense action. In terms of weapons, World War Z offers a satisfying arsenal. From assault rifles and shotguns to more specialized equipment like grenade launchers and machine turrets, you'll have plenty of ways to take down the undead. World War Z successfully captures the panic and intensity of being in the middle of a zombie apocalypse on a grand scale. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and designed to keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish.
We're all alone.
And they just keep coming.
Number 7. State of Decay. State of Decay brings a fresh take to the zombie genre by introducing elements of resource management and base building. You start off with a small group of survivors and a rundown building that serves as your initial base. As you explore the open world, you'll need to scavenge for essential resources like food, medicine, and ammunition. But the world is crawling with zombies, so every supply run is a risk-reward scenario. Each survivor in your community has their own set of skills, traits, and even personality quirks. This means you'll have to think twice about who you take on scavenging runs and who you leave behind to guard the base. When it comes to combat, State of Decay leans towards realism. Ammo is scarce, and firearms make noise that can attract more zombies. Melee weapons are more silent but degrade over time, forcing you to manage your gear carefully. As you progress, you'll get the opportunity to expand and upgrade your base, adding facilities like infirmaries, workshops, and gardens. State of Decay offers a unique, immersive experience that will appeal to fans of both action and strategy games. Number 6. Dead Island. Dead Island takes the idyllic setting of a tropical resort and turns it into a nightmarish playground of the undead. Developed by Techland and published by Deep Silver, this game throws you into the chaos of a zombie outbreak on the fictional island of Banoi. One of Dead Island's most striking features is its emphasis on melee combat. Firearms are rare, so you'll mostly find yourself swinging machetes, pipes, and baseball bats. Crafting also plays a significant role. Scavenging components from the environment lets you create an arsenal of makeshift weapons. Ever wanted to electrify a knife or add spikes to a bat? Dead Island's crafting system allows for those deadly improvisations. The stark contrast between the island's natural beauty and the horrors unleashed upon it creates a unique tension. Couple that with a dynamic day-night cycle, and you get a zombie survival game that keeps you on your toes. If you're looking for a zombie game that combines brutal combat, extensive customization, and a setting that defies the genre's dark and dreary norms, Dead Island might just be your ideal undead getaway. Number 5. Dead Space. If you're after a zombie experience that leans hard into the horror side of things, then look no further than Dead Space. You take on the role of Isaac Clarke, an engineer who quickly finds himself way out of his depth when he's called to repair the USG Ishimura. What starts as a routine job spirals into a nightmare of otherworldly proportions. The ship's crew has been turned into necromorphs, zombified monsters. Gameplay in Dead Space is a blend of survival horror and action. The third-person perspective allows for precise aiming, which is crucial because necromorphs aren't your typical zombies. These monstrosities only go down when you dismember their limbs, turning each combat encounter into a tense, strategic affair. The series also incorporates puzzle elements, often requiring you to manipulate the environment to proceed. Whether it's rerouting power to open a door or using your telekinesis ability to move objects, Dead Space keeps you engaged beyond the combat. For those looking for a zombie experience that's heavy on atmosphere, tension, and action, the Dead Space series is an interstellar journey into terror that you won't soon forget.
Fix the centrifuge. Get the fuel running.
Number 4. Dying Light. Developed by Techland, the same folks who brought us Dead Island, this game takes you to the infected city of Harran, where day and night cycles dramatically affect gameplay. By day, you're a free-running scavenger. You'll leap from rooftop to rooftop, scouring the environment for supplies, crafting weapons, and engaging in intense hand-to-hand combat with the infected. But when the sun goes down, the game's atmosphere takes a dark turn, literally. The infected become more aggressive, and you'll encounter powerful variants like the Volatile, creatures you don't want to mess with unless you're heavily armed. The storyline, while not groundbreaking, is engaging enough to keep you hooked. You play as Kyle Crane, an undercover agent sent into Harran to retrieve sensitive information. Dying Light stands out for its fluid gameplay mechanics, compelling day-night cycle, and the sheer thrill of parkouring through a zombie-infested city.
All right, I'm in.
Number 3. Left 4 Dead. Developed by Valve, Left 4 Dead strips away complex storylines and puzzles to focus on one thing: teamwork in the face of a zombie apocalypse. You play as one of 4 survivors, each with their unique personalities as you battle your way through hordes of zombies to reach safe zones. The key here is cooperation. Left 4 Dead is known for its AI Director, a feature that dynamically alters gameplay based on your performance. This feature ensures that no 2 playthroughs are the same, offering endless replayability. The game's weapons are your standard fare: shotguns, assault rifles, and pistols. But what makes combat exhilarating is the intensity and unpredictability of enemy waves. If you're craving a zombie game that focuses on pure adrenaline and teamwork, with an element of unpredictability thrown in, Left 4 Dead offers that in spades.
Let's not throw a party till we're out of the city.
Number 2. The Last of Us. Developed by Naughty Dog and released in 2013, this action-adventure game is set 20 years after a fungal apocalypse has devastated the world. You play as Joel, a grizzled survivor who's lost everything, tasked with escorting a teenage girl named Ellie across the country. The relationship between Joel and Ellie is the emotional core of the game, evolving from mere companionship to a deep paternal bond. One of the game's standout features is its combat system, which focuses on stealth and strategy over mindless action. The Last of Us is also notable for its stunning visuals and top-notch voice acting. The game's post-apocalyptic world is both beautiful and haunting, filled with dilapidated buildings, overgrown urban landscapes, and chilling environmental storytelling. If you're looking for a gripping, emotionally charged experience that challenges both your gaming skills and your moral compass, The Last of Us is an essential play.
It's called luck, and it is gonna run out.
Number 1. Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 stands as a watershed moment in both the Resident Evil franchise and the survival horror genre as a whole. The game steered the series in a new direction, blending traditional horror elements with more action-oriented gameplay. You play as Leon S. Kennedy, a US government agent sent to a rural part of Spain to rescue the president's kidnapped daughter, Ashley Graham. But this is no simple rescue mission. You're up against hordes of villagers infected by a mind-controlling parasite known as Las Plagas. The game made a significant departure from the fixed camera angles of previous titles, opting for an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective. The game is divided into various chapters, each presenting its own set of challenges, from intricate puzzles and deadly traps to intense combat sequences and boss battles. The enemies are diverse, ranging from weapon-wielding villagers and cloaked cultists to monstrous creatures like El Gigante. If you're looking for a game that balances horror, action, and strategy with a compelling story, Resident Evil 4 is an absolute must-play.
Receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
Thanks for watching. For more gaming lists, hit subscribe and like this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.